Creating an engaging socio-cultural street. Redevelopment of vendor market can provide expensive frontage for dining experiences. Residential-friendly and tourist-friendly bridging can revitalize the socialized areas through pedestrianized and building passages. By intersecting permeable and impermeable axes, central axis can create the highest permeability of the inner space, and back-of-house axis can be reactivated through the interconnection with pedestrianized core. Interconnection between buildings and surrounding streets involve heritage zones and pedestrianized markets to create the potential roads that shape the inner space. Multifolded functions from inner spaces to outer spaces help to disperse the activity of inner spaces into vibrant streets through the programmatic and pedestrianized outer spaces. The steep roof enhances the visual permeability for each building. Interconnecting bridges enhance the environment of cultural exchange through social interactions. Courtyards form the light well and air well, which enhance the well-being of indoor users. Steep roof buildings with courtyards encourage the cross-interactions between users of inner space. The porosity of buildings is further maximized by internally publicized spaces. The programmatic spaces are situated in between the internally publicized spaces to enhance the cross-boundary activities. Temporary accommodation and eatery shops are provided to promote integrated living with adjacent community. Mechanical, electrical, and plumbing rooms as well as storage tanks are situated in each building to ensure good occupancy. Garden bridge is connected to the building to promote good pedestrian cycle. Sheltered areas are provided for loading and unloading activities. Public lobby creates a sense of domesticity of city stages and encourages people to linger. It consisted of amphitheatre, communal hall, and forum theatres, which offer spaces for recreational activities, street performances, and residential meetings. It also consisted of Children's Discovery Centre, which concerns the well-being and artistic development of children's groups in the adult concentrated city stages, with children's playground created a surreal setting for children. It also consisted of seminar room, multi-purpose room, and semi-outdoor theatres, which can be joined and open towards the foyer to provide a large space for events. The foyer has multi-fold functions to hold outdoor galleries, festival banquets, and residential activities at outer space. It also consisted of departmental offices of city stages, communal library, and a coffee shop. Performance street of city stage and public lobby. Performance streets serve to trace the presence of local communities in form of performing arts, and to celebrate the nature and culture between buildings, with the first space as street theatre, the second space as dining plaza, the third space as outdoor digital performing stage, the fourth space as eatery shops, the fifth space as festival plazas such as water stage and canal and hanging pavilion, the sixth space as children's playground, the seventh space as communal plaza, the eighth space as public theatre, and the ninth space as outdoor shooting gallery. Shadow play is the first part of city stage. Performing and viewing shadow play can be experienced as a kind of spiritual exercise in Malay village. Shadow play, philosophically as a whole, symbolizes the human life cycle, youth, adulthood, and old age. As a cultural hub of living art forms, sensitive narrators, and puppet making, it consisted of shadow play gallery, special training school, digital performing stage, intellectual square, and street theatre. Bon Odori is the second part of City Stage. Bon Odori is a traditional Japanese dance. This festival of Kuala Lumpur dates back as far as 1977. The celebration in Malaysia is said to be the largest Bon Odori festival in the world outside of Japan. As a festival gathering place for social dances, cultural diversity and social exchange, it consisted of public theatre, rehearsal theatres, cultural workshop, dance gallery, tea market, tea house, tea pavilion, set meal, Teshoku restaurant, origami school and origami exhibition hall. Tea business and philosophy has a very good resonance to people during the pandemic period. Lantern Parade is the third part of City Stage. Lantern parades are held at the street of Bukit Bintang during Mid-Autumn Festival. Chinese lanterns are the symbol of Petaling Street in Kuala Lumpur. Suffering from the impact of modern technology and new ways of craft making, lantern trade and art is facing the threat of extinction in Malaysia. As a cultural gathering place for lantern makers, spirit of craftsmanship, and festive visitors, it consisted of Festival Plaza, Memorial Museum and Lantern Market. Archery is the fourth part of City Stage. Archery taken root in Malaysia during 60s through the enthusiasm of weekend archers who pursue it as a pastime. Turkish archery on the world stage was being held at Kuala Lumpur in 2018 to raise archers in the field. As a cultural sport for all classes and ages, it consisted of outdoor shooting gallery, indoor shooting gallery, first aid room and armory room. Public lobby serves as an important connection that links different separate stages. Ground floor plan. Mechanical, electrical and plumbing rooms occupy a total area of 122.5 square meter. The toilets occupy a total area of 53.1 square meter. The loading and unloading area occupy an area of 50.4 square meter. The rehearsal theatres occupy a total area of 90 square meters. The Children's Discovery Centre occupy an area of 32.4 square meter. The coffee shop occupy an area of 16 square meter. Foyer occupy an area of 79.2 square meter. Seminar room occupied an area of 17.5 square meter. Multi-purpose room occupy an area of 17.2 square meter. Set meal restaurant occupy an area of 14.1 square meter. Ground floor are majorly occupied by public spaces for commercial activities, passive recreation, active spaces, and special features. The desired lines are divided into 6 parts based on slope level. The total area of ground floor is 493.4 square meter. First floor plan. The cultural workshop occupy an area of 19.9 square meter. The dance gallery occupy an area of 23.7 square meter. The indoor digital performing stage occupy a total area of 113.1 square meter. The rehearsal theatres occupy a total area of 90 square meter. The departmental offices occupy an area of 22.4 square meter. The communal hall occupy an area of 28.2 square meter. The communal library occupy an area of 22.4 square meter. The set meal restaurant occupy an area of 23.4 square meter. The indoor shooting gallery occupy an area of 232 square meter. The Memorial Museum occupy an area of 79.7 square meter. First floor is majorly occupied by public spaces for passive recreation, activity space, and special features. The desired lines are revolving around the airwell, intermediate bridges, and building corridors. The total area of first floor is 619.8 square meter. Second floor plan. The Origami School occupies a total area of 66.1 square meter. The indoor digital performing stage occupies a total area of 85.6 square meter. The Shadow Play Gallery occupies an area of 30.5 square meter. The Forum Theatres occupy a total area of 56.1 square meter. The Cultural Workshop occupies an area of 20.6 square meter. The First Eye Room occupies an area of 48.8 square meter. The Armory Room occupies an area of 48.8 square meter. The Indoor Shooting Gallery for Kids occupies a total area of 128.7 square meter. The Lantern Market occupies a total area of 58.7 square meter. Second floor is majorly occupied by public spaces for passive recreation, activity spaces, and special features. The design lines are revolving around the airwell and building corridors. The total area of second floor is 543.9 square meter. Third floor plan. The storage tanks occupy a total area of 85.9 square meter. The Origami Exhibition Hall occupies an area of 31 square meter. The Special Training School occupies a total area of 70.6 square meter. The Tea House occupies an area of 13.5 square meter. The Temporary Accommodation occupies a total area of 189.6 square meter. Third floor is partially occupied by public spaces for passive recreation, activity spaces, and special features. The design lines are revolving around the airwell and building corridors. The total area of third floor is 413.9 square meter. Fourth floor plan. The fourth floor is occupied by activity spaces and design lines revolving around airwell. Basement floor plan. The basement floor is occupied by parking lots, basement ramps, and fire staircases, and design lines revolving around parking lots. Public Patterns of City Stage is a network of public spaces with public theatre as the core of network, and others such as water stage and canal, children's playground, amphitheatre followed by digital performing stage, outdoor shooting gallery, and eatery shops followed by dining plaza. Urban streets of City Stage in Jalan Pudu and Jalan Pavilion are centered with public lobby where residential activities serve as an attraction and social engagement to explore more about the City Stage. Urban streets of City Stage in Jalan Pavilion and Jalan Alor revolving around different kinds of City Stage, with the intermediate bridges on the first floor acting as a connective tissue for the clustered City Stage. Urban street of City Stage in Jalan Tongshin is dominated by contemplating space of water, which acts as an axis of the opposite alley. However, the urban street is still a buzzy place due to the local attraction of eatery shops. Urban street of City Stage in Jalan Pudu is dominated by dining and recreational spaces, which belongs to a more daily-oriented activities. However, the public theatre become part of the city attraction due to special occasions and festivals. Sustainable design strategies used by most of the buildings are solar collector for solar water heating, solar photovoltaics, and green wall. Solar photovoltaic uses the innovative new solar cell to replace conventional window glass, taking advantage of the combined functions of power generation, lighting, and temperature control. Solar collector uses glass metal tubes that allow more light to reach the absorber. In the pump circulated system, the storage tank of solar water heating systems is floor mounted and is below the level of collectors. Green walls allow good use of available vertical surface areas of the building. They are found most often in urban environments where the plants reduce overall temperatures of the building. It is built indoors to help alleviate sick building syndrome. Shop house typology is used in the building design such as light well, air well, and courtyard, which facilitates the cooling of basement and floors, as well as wind catching. Potential benefits of wind catching regarding passive cooling includes improve passive cooling during hot days, improve night cooling rates, enhance performance of thermal mass in cooling, improve thermal comfort by improving airflow control and reducing drafts.